So I've been insanely busier than normal, obviously, because 'tis the damn season, and it just gets progressively more and more crazy the closer you get to Christmas. But ever since Small Business Saturday, I mean, I'm burning the midnight oil, the 2 a.m. oil. I always burn the 4 a.m. oil. It's like I'm not sleeping anymore. My brain is in desperate need of a break. And while I'm making a whole bunch of these products and doing the things and packaging the orders, I'm thinking, yeah, wouldn't it be cool if if I had more simple, things in my line, you know? And that's actually what we are talking about today. We are talking about a trend, a recent trend in the soap making, soap uh, selling, but also soap purchasing world in as far as simplicity goes. But I will tell you more about today and what we're doing in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudzers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you're here for day 4 of 31 days of Soapmas. Hey, I got it right. And today we are talking about a trend that has been noticed, in 2023 regarding changes in soaps at market. Now, this particular soap maker posted in multiple soap making forums on Facebook, saw the same post over and over again, looking for advice for, you know, whatever. She's looking to have a conversation, posting beautiful soaps, and then talking about what she's noticed at fairs and booths and events that she's been vending as well. She makes these beautiful soaps that have swirls in them and all of the jazz. And, she says that she makes her soaps that they're big at 4.5 to 5 ounces, which I don't find to be big at all. I mean, some of you guys, this guy, what is this? What's all this, please? That's a big boy, you know? 4.5 to 5 ounces, that's just a normal size soap. But she was saying that she sells her soaps 4.5 to 5 ounces and they're beautiful. And the things that are actually selling and moving at the other, booths are very simple soaps that are small. And the small thing kind of threw me because I don't vend events, you know what I mean? And when I go to events recently, when I have time to, go check out whatever's going on locally, I don't actually see many soap makers. But the ones that I do see, they have just the regular size bars or big ones like this. And, the patterns and everything that you would assume. But I was looking at all the comments and a lot of people across the board said that they were experiencing kind of the same thing. And I thought we should talk about that and why I think there's been an appeal and a, trend toward, as a consumer, this more simplistic bars, and why I think maybe the soap makers are favoring the smaller versions of their soaps in addition. And so let's get to the video while I make a very simple soap that is delightful and all of the things, and talk about all of that, there while I smell this, because it still smells great. Okay, so first up, when I heard the small bars thing, I was a little bit flummoxed, especially, I guess, probably, like I was saying before, in relation to what she was considering a large bar, which is 4.5 to 5 ounces, because that's just like a normal size bar from everything that I've seen over the years and seeing all the different soap makers that exist and do the things. So I'm like, well, how small are we talking, right? And so I started doing some sleuthing on the different pages and stuff and kind of looking at people's setups and zooming into the picture to see if I could see the soaps. And yeah, there are actually a number of people who are doing like small bars around 3.5 ounces, but they're making them tall but skinny. And so it's almost like you're using the tall and skinny mold, but cutting them to, half an inch in width and depth instead of like the full inch or whatever, which is very interesting because it looks like a large bar, but it's not a large bar because it doesn't go back very far. And so, yeah, that's totally a thing that's going on too. And I find that to be probably what I think the soap makers are doing this because of money. And by money, let me explain. I think that with the increase in all the prices for everything, so our oils are costing more, shipping is costing more, everything is just costing more these days. I think as an alternative to increasing prices, because increasing your prices is hard to do. That's going to be rule number one of starting a business. Always go high. You can always drop your prices later. Then underprice your soaps, and you're going to have an impossible time convincing your target audience that, now you can go ahead and totally raise those prices until you're well established. But so I think that might be the workaround there. So smaller bars, if you can get two, bars out of where you used to get one for the price of, well, two separate bars, same price for each new bar, then yeah, I think that's probably what's going on to just sort of combat the inflation that we're experiencing. Now, to the simple bars, this is a very simple bar. By the way, it's an oat milk body bar. It's absolutely delightful. It's made with oat milk. It has no scent. It's all natural. It's palm free. Well, all natural with buzzwords. You know what I mean? Because, lye is a thing and you get it. There's no colorants in it. There's no fragrance oil in it. All of the things. And there's oat milk as well as colloidal oats. And the stuff that I'm putting in right now and also put into the batch is actually the soap shreds from the leftovers of this batch from like the last time I made it. So I always have extras, like more than what the order, what a drop in the ocean ordered, just hanging out. And so I shred those and put them into the next soap of the oat milk body bar that she does. And it creates a real cool texture in the soap itself. It's confetti soap, but just a white on white confetti soap essentially. But anyway, do the natural bars selling better? I do think that that's always kind of been the case. Every soap maker has heard that death knell of it's too pretty to use multiple times, and your heart just sinks. It's like, no, it's not too pretty to use. Please use it. Buy the bar. It doesn't cost anymore for this bar. Just buy it. Because it is a thing. A consumer will look at something that's really, really detailed and gorgeous, and even if they see the price and that the price is the same as the rest of them, go, oh yeah, no, I can't. I would feel really weird, like ruining this sort of piece of art. So, because that's what, soap is. It's soap art. And so, yeah, simple has always been really popular just generally. But I think that's more prevalent right now for two reasons. The biggest, I think, is going to be with everything that's going on with the economy and the inflation and everything. Simple in the, the eye and the brain of the consumer reads less expensive. Even if that's not the case and they can see that in front of them, like the signs all whatever. But two, as we are getting more and more educated and knowledgeable as consumers, we look at a brightly colored bar of something really, really differently. It's much like I was making Soap Clay Keelet #1's birthday cake like last month, and it was her 11th birthday, so it was her Harry Potter birthday, and so I made her, the pink and green cake, and I'm just looking at this gel food coloring stuff that I'm putting into it. I'm like, gross. I don't want this. Everybody's bathroom experience tomorrow is going to be weirdly colored. I don't like it. And that's the same thing we sort of feel and experience when we look at the soaps that are super brightly colored or really, really detailed as well. That's always happened, but I think it's happening more now because, again, people are choosing to educate themselves more on what they're putting in their body. Are micas bad? No, but they don't really know that much, and they don't know that there's like a difference between your mica or something that they read online that causes, insert awful cancer or something here. You know what I mean? And so as a result, I think people are gravitating towards these naturally colored and, beautifully simple soaps even more. So something like this, or a two-layer, you know, layer soap, two different colors, or a very delicate swirl, just mostly as a white base or a brown base that comes from, you know, a clay, or a black base that comes from activated charcoal, etc. and so forth, over something with an overly complicated design that A, they don't want to use because they would make them feel bad. Two, they feel it's expensive, and C, it's might be kind of a turnoff just as far as label appeal and what they want to put in and on their bodies. So yeah, it's definitely a trend, and it's something that you should keep in mind moving forward for your 2024 plans. And yeah, sizes and simplistic bars. Sounds good. Yeah, so ultimately, I really do think that it does have a lot to do with the economy right now, and as so many things do. So, yeah, yes, for sure. For the business perspective, you don't want to up your prices because it is hard to raise the prices when everybody around you is also raising prices. And it's like, oh, groceries are expensive and now my soap is expensive. And so it can be a sticker shock thing that you don't want to deal with your customers. And so I think a lot of soap makers are opting to reduce the sizes of their bars and, you know, keep the prices the same so they can continue making their money. To the simple thing, it's just kind of human nature. I think once things get kind of scary and we like look at a bill for like Thanksgiving, for example, I dropped like $800 on Thanksgiving supplies and food just to feed 12 people. Like, that's kind of crazy. And so you look at that and it's like, oh, wow, that's everything's expensive and big. And so you start cutting down in all places. And soap's going to be the one thing that people are going to start cutting first, not as far as using it, hopefully, because we don't need the plague, but as far as what they are willing to spend for it. And so in their minds, they see simple white bar, that must mean it's cheaper. And obviously that's not the case because my bars, they are the exact same price regardless of the time that I put into them. Because the soap that I showed you today, it's a wholesale account, and so it's completely different, but it doesn't take a lot of time to make. But for the soaps that I do make for the same wholesale account that take a ton of time to make, well, they don't get charged more for that. It all kind of works out in the wash. And so all of my soaps are priced the same across the board. And that's true of most of you as well. But it's just the consumer brain that's sort of clicking to this must be cheap because beige. And so that's kind of where I think we're going with all of that. What do you guys think? This is obviously a conversation that I can just look at from a high level perspective because I'm not doing shows anymore, but a lot of you are. So what are you experiencing within your area, within your soapy journey? Are prices raising for soaps around you? Are the bars getting smaller? Are they getting more simple in form? What's been selling for you? All the things. Let's have a dialogue because that's interesting so we can prepare ourselves and our businesses to get ready for 2024 and what we can expect reasonably for the next calendar year. Hope you guys found this informative and fun. I always have fun with you. I am still just holding the soap. I am going to go use this soap, I think I've decided, because it smells so good and it has such a good hand feel. Go check out Diamond Sky Soapery. I'm 99.9% sure that this is Kimberly's bar. But if it's not, I apologize that I didn't call out the right person, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Go check them out. Great soaps. Love the company and the person so much. One of my people. I have your soaps and I love your soaps. So thank you for being you. For people who are not sudsers, I don't know why you would not be because we're cool, but that's fine if you don't want to be. I have enough sudsers right here with me. So anyway, I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of 31 days of Soapmas. Daily content. Soapy fun. Bye.